Hey everyone, this is Robert Rito, real estate agent, better life broker by eXp Realty. Today it's going to be doing a special episode. It's springtime. This is the season where usually most home buyers are in the market. Now, you probably have already heard in the news about the National Association of Realtors coming into a proposed settlement from the lawsuit with the courts. Now, I'm a real estate agent. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know the details to it. I wasn't there. So I will not discuss about the details to the lawsuit. However, I'm going to be discussing how does it impact home buyers like you. So just remember, it's a proposed settlement. Some of the proposal may go through. There may be some changes, but we're looking at a change somewhere around July of this year, 2024. So until then, there may be some revisions, there may be some amendments to the proposal, things like those. I'm just gonna go over the gist of it. That way for you home buyers in the market already right now to help you navigate through this process. As things come through fruition, we can present that to you. As I'm sure some of the loan programs like VA loan and FHA loans, they're probably gonna have some modifications to the eligibility requirements and the process for home buyers. But rest assured, the American dream of owning a home is still within reach. To learn more about the lawsuit, you can actually go to www.nar.realtor and look for news and articles about the lawsuit. Here's one of the articles. National Association of Realtors reaches agreement to resolve nationwide claims brought by home sellers, dated March 15, 2024, and the link is provided below. Now, one of the major issues in that lawsuit is about the commission structure. So I just want to go over some clarification about the commission structure. Traditionally, when a home is sold, the seller pay a commission to their listing agent. The listing agent often share their commission, so-called co-op fee, to the buyer's agent if that buyer's agent brings a buyer and close on the transaction. This means that indirectly, the commission costs are included in the sale price of the home and the buyer doesn't directly pay their agent if it's agreed upon through their buyer's broker's agreement. Now, under the settlement, there would be a decoupling of the commissions, meaning separating the buyer's agent commission from the seller's cost. Instead of the seller paying the buyer's agent, the buyer would negotiate and pay the agent's commission directly. Now, under the proposed settlement, here's a big change for you home buyers. Home seller can elect to pay the buyer's agent as a concession, which meaning it's going to be part of the negotiations, which would be a credit to you buyers. Just remember, this is not guaranteed. So, if the home seller does not elect to pay the buyer's agent as a concession, the buyer will still be obligated to pay his or her buyer agent as agreed upon on the buyer's brokerage agreement. Now, for you home buyers, it's not doom and gloom, and the dream of buying and owning your home is still within reach. So from this point forward, for you home buyers, if you're thinking, well, there's no way I can afford a real estate agent, I'm going to unpack you in this video 3 must-have skills that you should have if you're thinking about buying a home without a real estate agent. I would like to remind everyone and to point out the fundamentals in the real estate market that there was always for sell-by owners and self-represented buyers in the marketplace. There was already the option for you to hire an agent or do it on your own. So the question you should ask yourself is, do you need to hire an agent? Would you hire an attorney or would you represent yourself in court? So when it comes to buying your home, do you need to hire an agent or would you do it on your own? So to help you decide, I'm going to go over 3 must-have skills for you if you want to do it on your own. Now, buyer beware. These 3 skills I believe are a must-to-have if you're looking into buying a home without a real estate agent. There may be more things you need to know, but I believe these 3 are a must skills to have. Now, if you think you're not well versed or these 3 skills are not your strength, this is where I would recommend you hire a real estate agent. Ironically, by the way, these 3 skills are some of the reasons why you should also hire a buyer's agent. So if you're looking to hire a real estate agent, these are some of the qualities you should look for in an agent. One of the must-have skills in real estate is making an analysis. Comparative market analysis, to be specific in real estate, or if you want to call it comps or comparables for short. From a seller perspective, you would like to know what is the fair market value of your home and which sales price you can set it at. where you can get top dollar for your home. And almost same for the buyer, but with a twist. From doing comparables, this will also help you come up with your best and reasonable offer. Now, if you're looking for AI to help you out, let's see what Google AI Gemini has to say. Comps, short for comparables, are essentially similar properties used for comparison in real estate. They are typically recently sold homes in the same area that share characteristics with the property you're interested in buying or selling. Real estate agents and appraisers use comps to determine a home's fair market value. By comparing your property to these comps, they can get a sense of what similar properties have been selling for recently. This helps in setting realistic listing prices when selling a house or making informed offers when buying one. Here are some key things to consider about comps. Similar characteristics. The more similar the comps are to your property, the more accurate the comparison will be. Important factors include location, size, age, condition, number of bedrooms and bathrooms, and any special features. Recent sales. Ideally, comps should be from homes sold within the past few months. The real estate market can fluctuate, so older data may not be as relevant. Location. Homes in desirable neighborhoods tend to sell for more than those in less desirable ones, so the location of the comp should be comparable to your property. By considering these factors, comps can be a valuable tool for both buyers and sellers in the real estate market. Okay, so you learned something from AI. Now what? Here's an example. You found a property that's selling for $125,000, but you notice a couple houses down the road, a similar home is selling for $450,000. Now, you notice that the house that you're interested in, there's a pool, the other doesn't. How did the other seller come up with that sales price versus the seller on the property you're interested in? Real estate agents know the local market and have experience in doing comps. So knowing the local market will help you do comps. For example, knowing some of the features in a home that can raise value, lower value, or not really make a difference. So knowing the local market doing comps is key in buying a home. The second, and I believe it's one of the most important skills that you must be good at, is negotiations. Are you good in negotiating? And by the way, if you're doing it on your own, the seller may have hired an agent, which means you may be going up against an agent that is more experienced than you. And just remember, in negotiations, anything you say can and will be used against you. And by the way, negotiation is not all about concessions. You also want to know what's the seller's motivation in selling. Or what if they rejected your first offer? What's your counter offer? Now, even though you take a course or study on negotiations, you watch videos, read books, take a course, you still need to apply what you learned. Can you negotiate effectively? And the third must-have skill and experience is contracts law, and the forms using in real estate. Can you understand behind the legal jargon of forms and contracts, including but not limited to things like any disclosures, seller disclosures, including like the bylaws of the common interest communities or HOA, and of course the purchase agreement. Now here's the basics. When I asked Google AI Gemini, what are the elements of a contract? It mentions there are 6 essential elements that make a contract legally enforceable. The offer. One party expresses a willingness to do or refrain from doing something under specific conditions. This establishes the initial terms of the agreement. Second is the acceptance. The offer party agrees to the terms of the offer without any changes. Acceptance must be clear and unequivocal and mirror the exact terms of the offer. 3, consideration. Something of value is exchanged between the parties. This could be money, services, or even a promise to do something or not to do something. 4, capacity. All parties involved must be legally competent to enter into a binding agreement. This means they are of sound in mind and legal age. 5, legality. The purpose of the contract cannot violate any laws or public policy. 6. Intention to create legal relations. There must be a mutual understanding that the agreement is legally binding and enforceable. If any of these elements are missing, the contract may not be valid in court. Now, here in the state of Nevada, you can go to State of Nevada website, Department of Business and Industry, the Nevada Real Estate Division, red.nv.gov. There's a wealth of content that you can use even for doing yourself buyers. You can also find some forms like the disclosure. You can also get a copy of the residential disclosure guide. Now, even though you're the buyer, you also need to also be familiar with whatever the seller needs to also disclose by law. Here's the copy of the seller real property disclosure form. Now, here's an example. I'm going to give you an example of a disclosure because even different states have different disclosure regulations. And as of this publication, because my video is published around March 2024, the reason I'm mentioning the date is because laws can change. But as of right now, in California, it is required to disclose if someone died on the property within the last 3 years of the sale. This applies to all deaths, including those from natural causes like HIV/AIDS. California law considers death in the home a material fact that could influence a potential buyer's decision. In the state of Nevada, however, a home seller is generally not required to disclose if someone died in the house unless the death was caused by a condition of the property itself. And there's where you can find this law, Nevada Revised Statute 40.770. This applies to all types of deaths, including natural causes, accidents, suicides, and homicides. Here's a breakdown. Disclosure not required. Peaceful deaths or any death not related to the condition of the house. Disclosure required. If the death resulted from a defect or issue of the property, like a faulty electrical system or structural problem. It's important to note that even though disclosure isn't mandatory, some sellers might choose to be transparent about a death to avoid any concerns for potential buyers. You can also find out what's required from the Common Interest Communities or the HOA, Homeowners Association. And by the way, when you visit the Nevada Real Estate Division website, check out the real estate salespersons, the requirements for getting the initial license, the requirements for getting the first time renewals, and the requirements for the subsequent renewals. Real estate agents such as myself are required to spend hours and hours studying and getting updated on the latest issues in real estate, including some of the A to Z courses in real estate, such as agency, contracts, disclosures, to negotiations, and even the buying and selling process, including the forms associated with it. So if you're thinking about it, buying a home without a real estate agent, hopefully you get good at these 3 skills, because these are the 3 skills that you must have when you're going through the buying process. And if you're getting a difficult time gaining experience with these skills, this is where I would highly recommend you hire a real estate agent. I also want to recommend you that you interview several real estate agents. Hopefully it's including me, but don't just interview me. Interview several other real estate agents and see who you want to work with. And now here's a secret. You know, these buyer's presentations, even real estate agents want to see if we can work with you. Sometimes we may not be able to be best fit to work with each other. That's where some real estate agents, including myself, may also refer you to other agents. Now, also keep in mind, real estate agents we have been doing these for years. So we also have developed some relations where you may also need some assistance throughout the home buying process, not just a real estate agent, but you may also need to be referred to, say, for example, a loan officer or a lender, or possibly a home inspector, a title company or escrow company. So we do have connections with all these people that's going to be involved in the real estate transaction. So don't forget how valuable real estate agents can be. Buying your home should be fun and exciting process. So why stress over studying hours and hours perfecting your skills when you can hire an agent and leave it to the experts? The amount of time for you doing your research, studying and perfecting your skills. Someone may have already made an offer and the seller accepted the offer, leaving you the missed opportunity in getting the home that you wanted to buy. So why go through that stress? Why not hire an agent and take off some of that burden and leave it up to the experts, which can also help you mitigate some of the risk in going to court later on. Give yourself a peace of mind when you hire an agent. It will help make the buying process less stressful for you and make it more fun and exciting. All right, so why should you hire me? You should hire me because as your real estate agent guide, I provide you with specialized services to help you find the right home, negotiate the best prices, and help you navigate through the complexities of the home buying process. Hiring me for my services directly aligns with my compensation with the quality and value of services provided to you. It ensures I am working in your best interest as payment comes directly from you and negotiated based on the quality services you require. So if you want to discuss further, click on the link below and contact me for your buyer's guide consultation. So now I would like to hear from you. What do you think about these proposed settlement and changes that's coming about, especially for you home buyers? Make sure you comment below. Now, if you like this video or if you know someone who can benefit from this video, make sure you click the like button and share. And for you home buyers, if you got issues and questions, make sure you contact me offline. We can have a discussion and see where I may be able to help you. And make sure you click the subscribe button, that way you don't miss updated videos that make for you like this. All right, I hope this helps. Until next time, live it up everyone.